collars. No collars. No collars. Big hoops. Big hoops. Big hoops. Big hoops. Maybe red lips. Maybe red lips. Maybe red lips. Maybe red lips. I don't really know. I don't really know. I don't really know. I don't really know. Maybe kind of red. I don't really know.
Hey guys, this is Cocktail Conversations, where we bring happy hour to a home near you.
Yes, we do. We got cocktails on the table today. Absolutely. Eric, you brought it in.
Look, man, I'm 2 for 2 at this point. Call me Steph Curry from half court.
I don't know we're going to call you Steph, but
you think
this
you're Michael.
is
you think
live.
You're Michael,
That's right.
It's delicious.
But this is live. I'm going to give it to you. Yeah. You should get started.
So look, a couple episodes ago, I was talking crazy, said I would never drink a marg in the fall time. I lied.
Lies. All lies.
Lies. What this beautiful concoction is a Thanksgiving margarita. And
nice.
we will give thanks. It's 2 ounces of apple cider, 2 ounces of pear juice, 1.5 ounces of tequila, shout out to Casamigos, love y'all, and 1 ounce of Grand Marnier.
Yes, and listen to me.
With the cinnamon stick and garnish, I don't know if you can see it in
here. The garnish is salt, and at first I was questioning this choice, but you're totally right. There's sweetness in it, and the salt kind of like balances it out.
Yeah.
I'm all the way here. This is, for me, unless y'all come with something different, this is the margarita of the fall.
It's good.
Yeah,
cheers, guys.
Definitely.
Cheers
and
to fall
again,
margaritas.
everybody's probably gonna be having like their small COVID-friendly holiday gatherings.
Yeah, these are easy cocktails you can whip up.
Yeah, this was
no time.
Great job.
Yeah,
thanks.
Appreciate y'all.
All right. So
what we getting into today? What do we? Actually, I think
Was it your
it
question?
was my topic this week.
Yeah.
Again.
You've been on fire.
I've been on fire.
2 weeks. 2 weeks off the drinks.
Smoke. Wave the smoke. All right. So
Before we get into that, hold on. If y'all don't know how cocktail conversations work, it take 15 minutes and we discuss so many possibilities of topics.
Absolutely.
We bring one topic to the table and discuss it as a group. And
yes,
I think you have this week on lock.
Yeah, I think so too. So we got 15 minutes on the clock. Cue us up.
Absolutely.
All right. So this week I wanted to talk about. I mean, we love talking about relationships, and so it's not always,
Peaches and
build. Yeah, it's not always peaches and cream when they come to the end. All right. I wanted to talk about when you come to the end of your relationship. Is it better to reboot? And when I say reboot, I mean take some time off, get yourself together, learn a new skill, reflect on your past, or should you just rebound? Get up in there, get the ball back, get back and stay in the game.
Lay up, go back up for it.
All right,
you get knocked down, you get back up.
All right, you got the time queued up?
Absolutely. Ready? 3,
All right.
2, 1. Wait, who do you want to go first?
So personally, I'm thinking the tallest person at the table should go first. So
I believe so.
Yeah, I'm giving that to Mondo.
Started. Let's go play a pimp. A pimp named Mondo.
Reboot.
Yes, sir.
I don't know about pimping and all that, but I'll ask you this question: if you lose game 1 in the playoffs, will you give up, or do you go to game 2 and you start over?
I mean, he's answering questions with questions.
He is.
This is guilt. I mean, that's guilt 101. We already know the read right here. So tell us where you at.
For me personally, I don't rebounding. That's such a harsh word to me. When
She said, "Don't do it,
My
Daddy.
daddy's a pimp. Don't go there, Daddy. Don't put them on game, Daddy."
When you call somebody a rebound, to me that's like it comes with a negative stigmatism to me. For me, a person like me that's dating with intention, I'm dating you with intention. I'm not dating you to say, hey, you know what, I'm just going to get my rocks off, or I just want to date you casually.
Well, I don't think
that's not the question.
Well,
see, you did a nice little dance around the question.
Clarify. He got his salsa on around.
Here's the point. Let me around.
Let's go.
The question is, do you rebound? I'm saying, look, are you getting knocked down and getting back up and getting back in the game?
I'm getting.
Or are you gonna go sit down and take a minute because you upset? You a little hot in the chest. You need some time for yourself.
I think it depends on the situation.
Okay, there we go. Okay, now we're in the pocket.
Now we're in the pocket.
I think if you've been in a long relationship, I think you do definitely need some time to kind of recoup because you've got some battle scars, some battle wounds.
Yeah,
I think
you leaking a little bit. A little blood right here.
Yeah. So, but I think if you have been in like a short-term relationship, maybe something casual. I think it's easy to rebound and get back in the game. I think self-confidence, you got to keep that up. You got to just get back out there in the game and just date and just know that it's a numbers game and keep going.
Yeah, Demond giving us
numbers game.
Demond giving us the
That is
post
all
speech.
facts.
He's giving us the post-game speech.
That's
Yes,
right.
sir.
That's
You
right,
got the
Money.
game over there.
Yes, yes.
All right,
What
where
do
you
you
at?
I would say, I am absolutely not a rebounder. I'm just not.
So you're not a team player.
I've been a person who's been in. I'm not a team player, and I'm okay with that. I am clear. Like when it comes down to.
I see, Coach, with your ascot. With your bow.
Honestly, when it comes down to being in a relationship, I personally feel like it is time for you to heal and for you to just get your mind right, because there's a lot of things you don't want to take into the next relationship, and I'm not going to be the person who's going to take my hurt and slap somebody else up against the head because of it.
Can I ask what if it wasn't you? Like you weren't the reason. Like you got to get your mind right. So like, you're in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
What if it wasn't you? What if it's them? So like, what if your mind is good and you're just like, all right, well,
Good question.
they got some craziness going on.
Wait, I'm confused in the question.
So I'm saying like if I'm dating somebody, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're the one with the problem. Like they're the one that has to go like do some soul searching and find themselves. And I'm like,
I'm ready.
I was good, but all right, like.
Yeah.
Like,
Because
do
that-
you need to because you're in the relationship? Do you automatically have to?
Do I have
take
to
reboot
assume that
time?
I have to be like, we broke up, so I have to go fix it? I'm fine.
Yeah. No, I don't think so. I mean, I honestly, it really depends on each person. I'm just speaking for me. Like, I am a person where like, if I get out of a relationship, because I'm also like a long-term person too. I'm not I was never really before to mind. I was never really a casual dater. I just wasn't. Like I would go out, and I mean, it would be people who you just meet and you're cool. But like, if I knew there was a person I was going to be in a relationship with, I was in a relationship with them. But I would not ever be back to back. Like I would take like several months, if not a year, a couple of years. Like before I met Demond, I think my last relationship was like maybe a couple of years before I moved on to him.
Yeah.
And I had like smaller dates or whatever, but it was nothing more than that. So that's just me. That's me though. But I'm not a person who needs
Jordan?
to get back
Well,
in
let
the
me
you leaving the league?
let me ask some
Yeah,
questions. So do we feel like rebounding is like you said that there's a negative connotation there on rebounding, and my question is like, if you rebound, is it about? I don't know if it's necessarily about relationships. Do you know what I'm saying?
I think we're handling this safely. I think we're handling this conversation safely. We're asking a lot of.
I'm just trying to be real clear about it, because to me, So
look, I think rebounds have the negative connotation because the people that you see rebound, no shade to some of those people. Some of those people are clowns with
Or a hot mess.
Some people are clowns with the way that they choose to get into their rebound.
For sure.
And it's like you clearly just got out of a relationship, but you're posting this girl that you just met in the club
And they
all over
know
your
you're
socials,
not ready.
and it's like, fam,
You're not ready.
You're upset because she just told you no. Like,
yeah, for sure.
Right. So it is in response to some other
if you rebound in a clown way, then you look like a clown. Like it's just like that's when it looks foolish. Like you look like Boo Boo the Fool, and it's like and you're just parading it. It's crazy.
Okay.
But if like let's say, and not even that, because I know that might sound crazy. I'm not gonna say like if you had somebody else, like that's if you're in a relationship, you had somebody else on the side. That's like an Usher song. If there was somebody else that you kind of like just naturally it just works out, I don't necessarily consider that. Like I think that's just something that worked out.
Right.
Like that's just what the situation is. As long as you're not going back and like emotionally still like investing in like your ex.
No, I mean I get that. So here's my deal. I feel like it does depend on the situation. If you're in something that's a long time and you like, I don't like feeling any peaks of emotion. I mean, this sounds kind of crazy, but understand where I'm coming from. Like, if I'm still feeling something's very strong, that means I need to take some time off. But like, if I'm kind of like, I mean, that sucks. Then to me, I'm like, why would you wait? Why would you wait? Now, to me, I think rebounds are associated with just like, I just need to hurry up and feel better or feel good about that. And I don't necessarily disagree. I don't know how y'all feel about it. I don't necessarily disagree with that notion. Like, go make yourself feel better. Because it's not, to me, if you're calling it a rebound, it may not be about a relationship.
But I think for me, the negative stigmatism or connotation is when it's used in a way that, hey, you know what? I'm in this relationship to make myself feel good, and it's just like you're using that person.
Right.
And
you got to be transparent about it. So for me, I might be like, look, I'm not really looking for anything like solid or long term, or I just got a relationship. Let's kick it. Mm-hmm. Understanding that we are not headed down the petal-lined aisle.
Now, is that trash?
Yeah.
I don't think that's trash. I think transparency is the most important thing.
It is, but it's also like a farce. And I say,
what do you mean?
Like you can end up being with somebody and like having those conversations. It's like, yeah.
No, but that's on the other person because a lot of people enter into situationships, relationships, thinking that they're saying that they don't believe you. I think as men, you guys know that. Women can be like that a lot. You tell them, I'm not looking for anything. And then they're like, okay. And then they're still like steady showing up, bringing you baked goods and trying to stay over at night. And you're like, I'm not looking for anything. No. Like, people don't believe you when you say how you're feeling. Mm-hmm. So to me, I'm like, as long as you're transparent, you're transparent in that rebound. Like,
as a man, I personally don't get it. Because I'm like, I've seen my homeboys, I've seen people be like, I am here. Mm-hmm. And for some reason, it's almost like there's an ellipse. Like, it's like, I'm here currently, and we will eventually get to the place that you're dreaming of. There's no...
Yes!
there's a hard period.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There's a hard period. That's exactly the song we were talking about.
Yeah, the hard song. I'm sorry.
There's no ellipse. Like, I think, without getting too far off topic, like, if you're dating somebody or just like, even if you have that conversation, like, hey, like, I did just get out of something, I'm not looking for that. And that person's like, okay. But like, I think like they really need to like believe you and until you show something different. I know, but it's still crazy. Like, my issue with stuff like that is that like, I don't like having to like, or feeling like I have to assume someone else's like emotional like distress.
But you don't. I mean, I'm very hardcore, and we've talked about this. Most people think I show up like very male.
Yeah.
In my interactions with people. But my thing is like, if you tell somebody something and they don't believe you, everybody has a choice. And a lot of times people feel victimized or their feelings get hurt because they're not taking on...
Pause. You guys are knocking on our door.
I just put something on there.
That's crazy.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
All right, so I personally think that that's on them. Like, if you are dealing with someone and you tell them how they feel and they are not believing you, then that's on them because everybody has a choice. And a lot of people want to feel victimized, like somebody's done something to them because they were told something and they didn't listen. And if you really take time to sit back and reflect in that reboot period, you'll probably see all of the signs when they were like, I'm not really about that like, a long time ago.
People are going to show you where they're at with it.
It's just whether or
some
not
people won't. Like,
I
do think that there's those people that like, they want to feel good, so they're gonna put enough out there because they know that you're vulnerable. They're gonna keep
Wait, hold on.
But I think
going back to the question, are you rebounding or are you rebooting? I mean, you said it's situational. That's your answer.
For me, it's situational. It depends on how much I'm feeling at that moment. If I feel like I'm in a place that's not vulnerable emotionally, I'll rebound.
Does it depend on the longevity of the relationship for you?
And I mean, I think those things go hand in hand. Like, if the longer you're with someone, the more you're going to be emotionally invested. If I'm not super, and that could be like 2 years may not be a big deal because it all depends on how much you're actually opening up and giving. I think it's very personal.
I mean, you could be in a 2-year relationship and be long distance. You know what I mean? And then you guys just kind of come to a place where that's it. I don't really have, and then on top, and then you're actually ready to move forward with somebody local because you're ready to really be invested and really put forth that, really grow that relational equity.
Or just be physically in somebody's presence. Like, for me, like, sometimes you just need to physically connect with somebody.
I think for me, I think it also depends. I mean, I don't want to leave this conversation with like, yeah, we all agree, high fives.
Yeah.
But like, it does. Like, I mean, if I have been with somebody like, and I've invested a lot, then there probably is stuff that I have to take away from that word to Aunt Viv over here.
Oh, really? Really?
So, like,
but can you do that and still... Because to me, I'm like, can you rebound and reboot?
I was just going to say that because I was going to say... I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No,
go ahead. You go.
I think you can, but it also depends on, going back to my question originally to Auntie, which is, like, is it you or is it them? Like if they leave and then and you're like you remember like you're like if it's on you.
I'm saying you gotta know, like you could come out of to your relationship and know that like you didn't do everything right.
But
you might still can be able to compartmentalize.
I'm gonna say something about can you rebound and reboot. I think there's something kind of selfish about that.
Why?
Because I feel like it's all about you. Like you're not considering the other person.
What?
Like you're
the person you broke up with or the new person?
The new person.
The new you're telling the new person.
You're coming up front with it.
No, can you rebound and reboot?
Yeah.
Yes, I can be working on myself and be like, yeah, I just got out of something.
I'm not trying to have something long term, and that person could be like, I get it, and then they're like, I'll go to the movies with you.
But okay. Listen to me. I understand in a perfect world, but I personally know of people who have been in a relationship and for a long period of time, then they end up getting in another relationship with somebody and they are thinking that they're ready, but then they're not ready, right? So I'm thinking that I mean, there's times that type of thing can happen, and I feel like, and the other person is like thinking like, okay, this person's all in, but at the end of the day,
but why are they thinking that if you've said that? And that's communication's key.
But sometimes it's not communicated, so that's why I think sometimes.
Or sometimes you don't want to hear it. Like, I feel like a lot, and I've been victim to that. I've been the person that's like, you hear what you want to hear.
Yeah.
And you apply it to yourself in the way that you want to apply it. And if you're that person that's entering into this rebound with this person who, like, to me, if someone says, I just got out of a relationship, I'm like, I got you.
Yeah, like,
I'm not even assuming that it's going to be a serious
I'm not
thing.
bringing you on my people's calling. Yeah, that's my girl. No,
yeah,
I'm like that's
because if you say I've just got out of a relationship and I was in it for over a year, I'm giving you your space.
So I'm like, you could end up easily being with me and then texting an argument out with your ex. Next thing I know, I don't hear from you no more, and I see y'all like. I'm so glad that we figured it out on Instagram. I'm like, oh.
If you're with somebody,
can we figure that $20 for movies and popcorn I just said? We figure that out too.
What does the time frame look like? What does that time frame look like to say, okay, you know what, he's been out of that relationship long enough, or she's been out of that relationship.
I think
because it's not necessarily the person that you were introduced to that you're dating. Is that person that is comfortable in that time frame, and it could be like 3 weeks, it could be 4 months, it could be a year.
But sometimes you get out of the relationship and you don't know, and that's my thing. Like you can get out of it and you're all like beefed up that week, and you feel like strong in yourself, and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna get out here.
And like on some like I'm the prize. Like, I mean, she don't know what she lost. I've seen dudes do that too. That's like dudes be out with their Gucci belts, their fake Gucci belts every other week at the club, like.
But then when you're home by yourself, you're in your feelings.
Yeah, you're upset.
So my point is like, if you're telling me that you were in a relationship and you're getting out of that relationship, I'm going to, for myself, I'm gonna manage my expectations. I'm not listening to you because this week you feel good.
But
next week she calls you and it's the anniversary of y'all's mutual dog's death, and now y'all are connected.
How many people are mature enough to believe the way that you believe or think the way that you think?
I don't think a lot of people are.
So,
but this comes with also being more guarded than probably some people are, because I'm very
there's a lot
aware.
of emotional work that has to get done. Even in asking that question, this is okay, because I mean, if I feel broken inside, and then I'm gonna go and rebound.
Yeah, and that
because you're gonna help me not feel what I feel.
Come on. 15 minutes cannot ever be long enough.
All right. Awesome, guys. Well, listen, thank you so much for joining and for listening in. We would love for you to LCS, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. That is it. LCS.
Please. And it's specific to comment.
Absolutely. Definitely comment. Join the conversation. There's a lot around this topic. I mean, we want to hear back from you. Are you a rebounder or not? Do you need to or do you need to reboot with somebody?
If you lead the league in rebounds, it's okay.
It's okay. No judgment. It's a no judgment zone here at Cocktail Conversations. But either way,
Monroe's trying to get in on it.
Monroe said
LCS.
I'm like my mama. LCS.
Well, good, guys. Thank you so much for joining. We look forward to you joining us next week. Have a great week. Cheers.
Bye.
Cheers to the nurse
awesome.
on Viv.
Anyways. In your single bra.